Greetings and welcome back to the Better Time Challenge. I'm Sean Episcopo from NoHusbandLeftBehind.com. For this session, week 4, we're going to focus on the area of learning. Now, I want to remind you, my friend, that throughout this Better Time Challenge, our focus has been on what is most important to you. And that's going to be a little bit different for each of us, probably in this season of life, this year, this time of year. But let's keep that in mind as we go through what's most important right here, right now for you, my friend. Now, I want to go through 3 steps, 3 quick and easy steps to kind of really give you something of value. So, step 1 is to identify one area where you would like to make significant improvement. Now, if there's not any area that you're looking at anything significant, maybe look at the areas of your life where you're thinking about if there's 2 or 3 things that you'd like to do, in the next month, in the next year. The areas that you really want to focus on, maybe pick the one that means the most to you right now, or that you feel that would give you the most bang for the buck, so to speak. What would be the one thing you would pick out of all of them? Maybe it's something like spiritual. Maybe it's something physical. Maybe it's financial. It could be anything that you feel that would be important to you right here, right now. So once you picked an area that's of significant importance or improvement, step 2 then is to surround yourself with people doing better, specifically in that area. So for instance, if you decide, well, I want to work on things financial this year, I want to do better financially. Well, my friend, consider finding a way to surround yourself with at least 1 or 2 other people that are doing better in that area. Whether it's, your family, your friends, your neighbors, people in your local church, or, in the community, as you meet people and as you build friendships, consider there might be somebody that's already connected to you that could help you do even better. And it doesn't hurt to try to find yourself 1 or 2 more yet as you go through this process, through this challenge. Now, remember, those who have already accomplished what it is that you are now wanting to do. So, those are the people that you want to start to surround yourself with as much as possible. And then the third and final step for this session is to consider ask questions to learn where to focus your energy. So the truth is, you don't want to just spend time talking about things endlessly, you know what I mean, for weeks and months and even years to come without taking any action. You really want to identify an area, surround yourself with other people, and now begin to ask questions for where you can focus your energy for taking immediate action. I recommend that you find a quick win, something that you can do today, in the next few days, as soon as possible, my friend. And as you surround yourself with these people, the real goal is for you to get on the fast track. What maybe they learned in months and years and even decades, possibly, could be consolidated down to where you find what are the core things that you can learn and implement right away. Now, as we move on from these 3 steps, I want to give you a few examples just to kind of show how they could be utilized in your situation. So the first example is, let's say the area you decided on to focus on for right now is the area of finances. And not just money, some people think about savings or investments, and all those things do connect. But your area of finances, you really want to focus on this area of debt. You've been thinking about it, you've been talking about it, maybe you're praying about it even. But it's an area that is of interest to you, and you really want to focus on managing the debt better and or paying the debt off altogether. So in the area of people, surrounding yourself with the right people, you've decided perhaps that it's time to join a community. Maybe there's a program where you can take like a little mini course or something to get you started with some steps to implement right away. But you really want that community of people who are getting out of debt together, and this is just an example. Now, tweak this as however you so choose. But if this particular example hits home for you and you like this one, maybe your first question is, well, what's the cost, for me to get involved in this type of community where I can learn, where I can connect with others, and we can share and experience this thing together. Now, when I say cost, it would be the cost of the program, or maybe even better yet, since you're going to be learning and implementing and seeing progress in the area that you've chosen, maybe the question is really is what is the investment and how soon can you get started? Now, in a second example, it could be possible, maybe the area you're looking at is in the area of health. And not just general health, physical health, mental health, whatever comes to mind. Maybe you've decided to hone in on the area of fitness. That's something you're thinking, well, you don't have really any consistency in recent weeks, maybe even months now. And it's time you feel that you want to get more physically fit. And the people area you decide on, you want to surround yourself with the right people. You've actually thought that, well, if you could just get one coach to really help you in the area of a physical workout, that would be good for you for what you're trying to accomplish as far as, losing body, fat, or whether you're trying to tone up muscle, whatever it is you're trying to do, the coach will help you hopefully come up with a workout that works good for you, something that will not be too stressful or wear you down, but something to actually motivate you to go a little bit further than what you're currently doing. Maybe the question you could ask that coach, once you find out the price, and hopefully you can afford that at this point in time, and of course, figure out what you can afford, even if it's just a short 30-minute session just to get you started. Then the next question I would say is, well, what are the starter exercises you could begin to do each week? Maybe certain things you can do one day, a handful of other things on a different day. Maybe you want to work on your arms one day, for instance, maybe work on legs another day. Whatever it is, the coach will actually be able to help you get that thing rolling. And then our third and final example to consider, maybe you're not looking at those two, maybe your area is relationship. And there are so many relationships, with parents and children and brothers and sisters and all. But you've decided maybe that this area of relationship you want to focus on with your spouse. And you were thinking about a couple that you met at the church not too long ago. It's an older couple. You've known of them for a long time, but you finally decide to go say hi and introduce yourself. And you found out they've been married for over 50 years now. And you thought, why in the world don't I just stop in and see if maybe we could have lunch together, spend a little time together? And maybe your question would be, what would be your best advice for me in my situation, And of course, it might be a little bit personal, but you could spend some time with this couple and let them know exactly where you are and where you want to go. And it's very likely that their decades of experience can be consolidated, at least to get you started on that path in the desired direction you so choose to go. Now, my friend, if you've enjoyed this quick training video, I want to ask you to consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and be on the lookout for other videos which are yet to come. And the last thing I want to ask you to consider, my friend, is I want to let you know that there are additional resources available at our website, nohusbandleftbehind.com. And I want to thank you again for your time, carving out this time so that we can actually focus on what it is that will help you move the needle to make a difference in the area of your life where you so choose. And I believe God has great things for you. And truthfully, I look forward to potentially hearing about your success as time goes on. God bless.